pronounce. So let's see if I get my Italian correctly. Tarallificio Ester, is that how you say it?
Not really. Tarallificio.
Tarallificio. Tarallificio. Okay, we got it right. So, well, the first question will be, what does the name mean? But we'll get to that in a minute. So Professor Elia, so of Milan Technical University, is our sort of link between the company and us. Stefano, would you introduce maybe the speakers, you know them better, and then we will start with the questions and the company?
Yeah, so welcome to Adriana Palmitessa. She's a manager in Tarallificio Ester. So she will explain soon what Tarallificio, and in particular Taralli, means. It's something that will definitely be a pleasant, let's say, type of product, as you will discover in a while. They are located in the south of Italy. They basically work in the food industry, and they are taking part to the X-Culture Challenge because they are eager to internationalize and to find new markets for their nice products. So Adriana has a short presentation to show, so that she can provide us with some, let's say, insights on what Tarallificio Ester does, and then we can go on with the questions. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So then, yes, a short presentation and then questions, yes. Okay. And students, if you have any questions, you can also type them here, or you can raise your hand and join us and ask the questions later.
Okay. Can you hear me? Can you watch my video?
Yeah, all good.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. Let me introduce myself. I am Adriana Palmitessa, Tarallificio Ester's Marketing and Export Manager. Before starting, I would like to thank you, and especially Alibaba, for select my company, our company, to join this interesting project. I hope not to bore you for the next about 20 minutes. I'll do my best. Anyway, Tarallificio Ester is a company specialized in the production of Apulia and Taralli. I hope that everybody has tried them at least knows what kind of food I'm talking about. Taralli is a traditional food. The most common ones are crunchy bed drinks made of wheat flour, water, white wine, olive oil, and sometimes spices. You can eat them as a snack. I'm talking with the guys who don't know anything about Taralli. Of course, the Italian guys know them very well, and you can eat them as a snack during meals to replace bread or pasta. While the most loved way of enjoying them is within, we call it aperitivo, with drinks, sandwiches, cured meat, olives, chips. And Italian students in Milan knows very well what I'm talking about, don't you? And it's always been a protagonist of social moments. Indeed, there is an Italian famous expression that say everything ends up with tarallucci and wine. In Italian, it is finire tutto, chiudere tutto a tarallucci e vino. It sounds like let's forgive and forget, or let's be bygones, you know. It refers to an friendly environment or a happy ending after the resolution of a dispute. Anyway, our company was founded in Barletta, Puglia, in 1985 by my parents. Its origins are earlier, though, as in the past, during the 70s, our grandparents used to make homemade taralli, so at home. My grandfather taught my mother all the secrets of how to make delicious taralli. Of course, I've never tried my grandpa's ones, but I was told that they were very, very famous and appreciated in my hometown. Anyway, my parents started their business as a small bakery where they prepared several typical baked goods and sweets only for the local market. Then the business grew up quite quickly, and they started focusing their production on Taralli. Over the years, the companies expanded also thanks to investments in industrial technology and quality assurance. In 2000, we acquired our first big customer. It is an international large-scale retailer with shops, with supermarkets and hypermarkets in Italy. I don't know if I can mention it. The production became more industrialized, but still in accordance with traditional recipe and method. This is very important for us. So let me show you a short video of how we make taralli. This is a video of our production, but you can also find it on YouTube if you want to rewatch it.
Adriana, we cannot see the video, no. At least me. No, I don't know if it's my problem.
No, me neither.
Oh, yes, because I have to
just listen to the music.
You're right. Okay. You're right. Give me 1 second. Okay. Here we go. Can you?
Yes.
Can you watch?
Yes, this should work. Yeah.
Sorry. This is the selection of the preparation of it. This is how we shape like, and then it we boil them. That's why they are very crunchy. And we fry them. Then we bake. And they are ready to be packed. There are many packagings. Basically, it is the result. Yeah, that's very simple. I didn't want to bother you.
The sounds was not excellent, but the images were very yummy. So don't worry.
That's exactly.
Okay. So you can rewatch it on YouTube if you want. Yeah. The link is in the presentation, so you can find it very easily. Okay, so let's go on. Indeed, as I already told you, our taralli comes from an ancient family recipe that still succeeds in reproducing the flavor and the fragrance of homemade taralli. These are our values to keep Apulian tradition and authenticity. Also the selection of premium Italian raw materials, and of course, so quality and naturalness. So the preservation and the valorization of the Apulian gastronomic culture is still our focus, even more than 35 years later. Okay. Every day we strive to transfer, to communicate our values into our products. So our main product line are Apulian Taralli Tondi, which includes several flavors, such as plain classic, the traditional fennel seeds, chili pepper, onion, pizza with real tomato sauce. These are some of our claims. We only use Italian wheat flour, extra virgin olive oil. We don't use we use neither palm oil nor preservative. Okay, these are our product line. We have recently added new flavors, but they are not, they haven't been on the market yet. So another product line, okay, you can also find them in multi-packs. Then another product line is Taralli Lunghi di Barletta. This is our flagship product, the product line which distinguishes us from competitors, because they come from my hometown. And finally, there is the organic line, which includes plain flavor. We also have spelt flour and multigrain mix flour, always with organic Italian wheat flour and organic extra virgin olive oil. Our target is mass market, and our main customers are supermarket chains, large scale retailers, wholesalers, import-export companies, and e-commerce websites, and so on. Nowadays, we export our product to the main Italian countries, such as France, Belgium, Spain, Germany, Portugal, Malta, Ukraine, and also to the United States. What's more, among our export strategy these years, we have also joined Alibaba's B2B platform to acquire new international customers. Okay. The main channel through which we meet potential customers are trade fairs. Fortunately, 2 years later, we can. I'm happy to say that because we can attend fairs in person again. Next month, we will exhibit in an important Italian trade show in Bologna. What's more, another touch point is with our customer is our website, where potential customers can learn information about our company and get in touch with us by filling out a form. On the website, final consumers can also buy our products by Amazon. Currently only on the Italian market, but we are also evaluating the possibility of expanding our business to other European markets. But let me explain the complexity of our sector, the sector where we work in. The sector of Taralli is highly fragmented. That means that there is an incredible number of companies competing in this market, and actually there is not a real leader. So the competition is basically on two strategies: prices. That's why sometimes the price of Taralli is lower than chips, for example, and sometimes the companies to win the competition choose the strategy of differentiation. Maybe at supermarkets, you can find you can sometimes find shelves with plenty of product line, a lot of different types of Taralli brands, flavors, with different claims, for examples, or shapes. Just to win the competition in this market, which is basically mature, saturated. So despite everything, it is still a niche if compared to the revenue of other mainstream products. Okay, about our social media channel, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, where we mostly get in touch with B2B people, and you can also help us improve our social presence. For example, we haven't been on TikTok yet, and maybe for us studying a strategy for TikTok can be a part of our challenge. So why not? I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you very much for the attention. And if you have any question, here I am.
This is a very informative presentation, so you answered most of the questions that we usually have. But if I may ask you, can you expand on the geography of your business? So you did mention a few countries where you sell. Can you tell us a little bit more where most of the products are sold? Which countries maybe you tried and it didn't work? So I see you have pretty much all of Europe from Ukraine to Portugal, right?
Okay. Yes.
So, but most of the clients are where? Is it Italy or is it some other countries?
Can you repeat the question, please?
In terms of the geography, where do most of your products go? So is it about equal across all of these countries, or some are more or in some you sell more than in others?
Okay, basically, Taralli, as they are a typical product from Southern Italy, of course, it sounds more appealing to Italian people. So they are more famous, and the countries where we sell more is, of course, where there are Italian communities. For example, to the United States, France, Belgium, Germany, of course, where we sell to Italian restaurants, for example, Malta as well, where in these markets Taralli, so the mainstream product where you can find mostly everywhere at supermarket. They are more famous than the other shapes. So basically, these are the countries where we export to in this moment. There are some countries where, for example, we have tried, but without succeeding. For example, to the UK, we tried to enter in this market, but we found difficulties entering these markets.
Why is that? Is that no demand from the customers, or is it more like regulations and trade tariffs and things like that?
I think there there is market, but it's difficult for us because of maybe for transport the sales are very centered in few distributors. So it's difficult to find customers. Small customers want to buy our Taralli. Once we attended an international fair in London. No, maybe two times. But we found very difficult to make agreements with the distributors. So we stopped trying doing it. So we started focusing on other markets. But why not? We would why not to enter if there is a possibility, or maybe if there is someone who can find a different strategy to enter.
Yeah. So if I may ask, Adriana, did I understand correctly that when you approach the foreign markets, you're using a more a B2B market and not a B2C? You are selling to restaurants and to distributors, but not to the final customer. So don't you have this type of also markets?
Yes, maybe I didn't focus during the presentation, but I told that currently we are selling on Amazon, for example.
Directly to the end customers on Amazon?
Final customers, yes.
So can you talk more about that? So how does it work for you? I'm curious. You also started working on Alibaba, and I'm curious if these online platforms, are they making much difference for a more traditional business like yours, where the distribution channels, I assume, used to be sort of all in the physical world, or do these platforms help a lot? Can you tell us about your experience here?
These platforms can help. For example, on a B2B platform, you can reach potential customer worldwide, from all around the world, and it's difficult for a small company to reach them separately, only with one-to-one meetings, for example. But thanks to this platform, demand and supply can be perfectly matched.
Right.
And for example, on Alibaba, we have a small website with it looks like a shopping window where there is our bestseller products, and if a potential customer is interested in our products can send us an email, can ask for a quotation, and we can start a business together. About B2C, yes, in e-commerce also help us reach people who cannot find our products at supermarket, for example, because we have a distribution, but of course we would like to improve it. So maybe there are people that know us thanks to social media, and they would like to try our products. So if they cannot find us at supermarket, they can buy them by Amazon, for example. At the moment, we only sell in Italy, on the Italian market, but we are evaluating the possibility to expand to other European markets, for example.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Can you tell us about your marketing strategy? So you mentioned social media, but how do you normally advertise? What advertising channels work better for you? Maybe there are some that you tried and they didn't work. So tell us about your marketing approach. Okay.
Our marketing approach is of course a mirror of the values that we want to communicate through our products. Of course, is based on our tradition, our region, Puglia. We want to underline the link that there is between our company and our land. The selection of the raw materials. We find it. We try to find it very easily, just speaking with our followers. Also, thanks to bloggers, food bloggers that ask for our products, and this is a good way of spread our communication, where, for example, we cannot do it. I don't know how to say.
No, I understood. That's not a problem. You did mention so that you go to trade fairs, right? Trade shows.
Yes,
and present your product there as well. So, and then during COVID, I assume there were no face-to-face trade shows. So, or did they still go online somehow? Did that affect your business at all?
Okay, this year we will attend trade shows in person again.
Yeah, so I assume there was nothing in the last 2 years, right?
Yes, the last 2 years it was terrible because the crisis due to COVID surprised us. It's something that came, and all the companies, big companies, small companies, couldn't face this emergency. But for example, ICE, I don't know if you know it. It is
is the Italian trade agency.
Of course, yes. It is the Italian trade agency that promote the the Italian products in the world. So they help us arranging trade fairs online, remote trade fairs, thanks to which we met some potential customers and do business in these 2 years. These events, this kind of events, were very successful, and I think, and we have to thank this kind of opportunities, because it was very difficult for us to expand our business without this kind of events. So these tools were very, very, very useful for us in that period of time.
Yeah.
Baz, there are a couple of questions if you want.
Yes, I did notice it. Go ahead, please.
Okay, so one, I'm not 100% sure if I understood correctly. Maybe also Virginia can help to answer this question. What's the bright spot for Alibaba? So
yeah, I need to extend it too much, so maybe.
Yeah, Rui, maybe you can open the mic and explain us your question, because it's not very clear to me as well. If you're online, otherwise we switch to the next one. Maybe Vaz, did you understand?
But I think this was the question that I too have. So I'm very, very curious how Alibaba, the platform, works. And so I know people are considering that for their own companies. And so I think the question was, your experience with Alibaba, the platform. And so you said that it did help a lot, but yeah.
Okay, I try.
I can support you. Let's go, and I will help you, but let's go first.
Okay. When I started, thanks to my account manager, I started building my website on Alibaba, a mini website, as I already told you, where there is a presentation of what we are, so about Tarallificio Ester. Then there is a shopping windows of our products, where basically potential customers can watch our products, see our prices, and contact us for extra information, and to start speaking to ask for more information, get our catalog and our quotations. Then basically this is the front. The back end is very, very difficult, and it's a very long process. It lasts about 6 months, and for example, a way of getting in touch with potential customer is to fill RFQ. This is a great opportunity for us, because we can answer to requests from potential customers. For example, there is an import-export company that wants to buy spaghetti. This is one of the best-seller products that you can find them. For Taralli is very difficult. My account manager told me to be very creative in finding ways to get in touch with potential customers, because they also look for spaghetti or pasta, wine, champagne, or maybe Chinese food and snacks. So it's very hard for us because it is a Taralli represents a niche. But we are still working on it. And another very interesting thing, for example, is that you can grow your business thanks to marketing tools. You can gain visibility by doing marketing. I don't know how to say, Virginia. Help me.
I can support you.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So actually, she was saying almost everything about Alibaba.com. It's actually an online trade show where all the companies has the possibility to put their product and to promote them to buyers. So it's a B2B platform coming from all over the world. Mainly buyers are coming from US and Europe, and only partially from Asia and China. The sellers has two ways to doing business on the platform. One is waiting for buyers, searching for product, finding the product, and contact the sellers. So as you are doing, for example, as a customer on Amazon or some others marketplace. The other way is the RFQ market. The RFQ market is a place where buyers are putting and leaving their request, and then are the sellers that proactively are looking for them and replying with a quotation. So in both the ways, they start a conversation between sellers and customers. They start to exchange some information about pricing, minimum quantity that they need to do the order, and then usually the conversation go outside the platform and the business is closed outside the platform. The transaction is not on Alibaba.com, but is outside in the more traditional way, and in the way that actually sellers and buyer prefers to close the order. Then there are some other opportunities. One is the advertising. So as any other platform, all the companies selling on Alibaba have the possibility to pay for some keywords and have the possibility to appear in the first page of searches once the customer is using that keyword. So it is important to have also an advertising budget inside the platform. And then another way are the online trade shows. So inside the platform, we are doing some trade show that can be category specific. So just for food, just for machinery, just for...
And this is online?
Yeah, it's everything online. And during this trade show, there is a higher matching between seller and buyers of a specific category. And furthermore, the sellers has also the possibility to explain their product doing some live streaming. So explaining their product in live to customers. Just to reply to Rui, that I've seen that she asking what is the problem Alibaba wants its culture participant to solve. Actually, it's not a problem. It's just that we are supporting X Culture challenge with a company as Tarallificio Ester that are part of Alibaba.com, so they are selling their product already on Alibaba.com, and we would like you to support this company to do an analysis on which can be another new market where they can sell their product and create for them a marketing strategy, both in B2B and B2C. So talking about B2B, of course, you can, if you think it's okay, you can propose the seller to stay on Alibaba.com, because actually Alibaba.com is present in all the countries all over the world. So usually it's good to be on there to enter different and new market. And then talking, of course, of on B2C side, you can talk about some others channels, for example, Amazon or Lazada, for example, if we talk about East Asia, or their own website or some other marketplace that are present in other markets. So actually, it's not a problem of Alibaba to be
It's a
solved.
catching opportunity.
Yeah.
So for the students, if I may, so I'm sharing here the link to the resource page. So if students, you haven't done that yet, you should. So when you go down to the web page here, you will see the list of all of the client companies, and you can open any of these challenges. And so you will see the instructions for each of the, as you called it, problems or questions that the company wants you to work on. And so one of these companies obviously is Tarallificio. And so you click on the link, and here you will see the list of the questions and things that the company wants you to work on. So there will be some market analysis and everything else, so you can read, and you will see the instructions there.
Adriana, sorry, there are some other specific questions. Let's try to address all of them more quickly. Let's say the first one is from a student from Macerata. He or she, I don't know, is asking whether you want to expand your market by introducing your product in UK. So because you were saying that you have, so you want to retry with UK, or to improve your social media channel, for instance, in the countries where you are already present, or you want to explore totally different types of countries compared to what? So I think there are kind of three questions possible. You want to retry with UK is one of your first best, or you want to expand, let's say, the presence in the countries in which you are already there by leveraging the social media channel, or you want to explore new countries? So what's your preferences, or you are open to all?
Yeah, I think explore new countries.
Besides UK, or including UK?
Maybe excluding.
You don't want UK anymore. Okay, you
tried it.
Through Alibaba, why not? But at the moment, as we already tried twice, thanks to fair trade, we want to concentrate our efforts, our investments in other countries.
Okay, so the clear answer is we want to explore new markets. Okay. Dario is asking, from your social media, I've seen that you distribute your products in Italy in some large supermarkets chains, such as Carrefour, for instance.
Yes.
According to what criteria did you choose large distribution partners instead of, for instance, small retailers or something else? I don't know. Is there a specific strategies beside the choice of distributors, in particular large distributors partners? And you want to keep the same similar, let's say, approach also whenever you go abroad? That could be, let's say,
the approach is very specific, because most of the times buyers are very difficult to get in touch with. So when you have the chance to do it, then you have to have an aggressive quotation, because I don't want to lie you. This sector, as I already told you, is very fragmented. There's not a leader. Competition is very high. So you have to offer the best quotation, the best offer you can do. So this is mostly the strategy.
So the idea is, because it's a mass market product, as you were saying, so probably large distributor is a way also to reach a larger amount of people, customers, and also in a faster way. Could be this one of the criteria according to which
our production is based on is mass production.
Yeah.
So of course, bigger is the client.
You need large markets.
Our revenues for us.
That's clear. And also Sophia is asking, still related to this point, if you rely on a particular distributor whenever you go abroad, or you have you differentiate the distributor according to the type of countries, or you prefer like a kind, let's say, of international distributors or specific distributors?
Can you repeat, please?
So the question is, I want to ask you, how do you distribute the products around the world? Do you rely on a particular distributor whenever you go abroad?
So do you have distributor? Hai dei distributori quando vai all'estero, o lo gestite voi centralmente? Direi.
We have distributors, agents, and import-export companies.
Okay. While Giovanni is asking an interesting question, because you were saying that you sell abroad the products for Italians. So do you think that Taralli is just product for Italians, or maybe it is possible to start selling Taralli even to not Italian customers, maybe using the Italian migrants as
available.
It's not a representative sample, of course.
Yeah, I know, but it looks good.
Maybe I misunderstood a question earlier. I just said that it's easier for us to sell in those countries where there are a lot of Italians. Okay, but we also sell in markets where there are not Italians, like Ukraine, for example. Right. I know that today talking about Ukraine, it's very yes. But for example, there we have a very important customer. It's called Silpo Food. It's a very luxury retailer there. I was surprised when I saw some pictures of their shops, because in Italy, for example, you cannot find that kind of shops. They're perfect. I've never seen something like that. But no, it's a very easy product to eat, to consume. I told about aperitivo. You can use it as a snack. The important thing is to communicate the customers how to eat it, how to enjoy it. And sometimes we maybe a country where maybe it's difficult to communicate how to eat it is China. Talking to a friend of mine, she used to work for an import-export in China, and she told me that they don't understand. They cannot eat something rounded. They're for them it's very difficult to eat something rounded, because they don't use forks like in Occident, but they use like bacchetta,
chopsticks.
Chopsticks. Yeah.
So
very interesting. When you said, Italian,
it was difficult to sell Taralli to Chinese to the Chinese market.
But talking, Stefano, when the student asked if we can eat Italian food in other countries, I think Italian food may be the most popular food around the world. I mean, any city you go to, you will find pizzeria like pizza. Yes. You will find spaghetti, macaroni. I mean, Italian foods seem to be so universal that I cannot imagine that there is a country that wouldn't eat yet another Italian food. So I think it's a matter of marketing and just explaining to people what it is, right?
Yes.
If I understood correctly, you're also trying to position the product as a kind of high quality, almost luxury product, as far as I understood, like in Ukraine, whenever you sell it abroad. While in our country, let's say, it's more a food that belongs to the tradition, also to daily. You are changing the positioning and also the value, let's say, whenever you are going abroad. Yeah? That's the idea.
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting, something to keep in mind whenever you go abroad. Okay, there is time for another question that is
maybe written,
which is, one more, because then I have to switch to the next room. Giovanni is asking, which were the main challenge when you started selling in US? So let's see if Basil can support you also in this answer.
And that's what I'm asking. Yes. So you did have the United States there. And so I'm curious if you are selling through the main chain stores, such as Costco, Walmart, or whatever others, or do you work with the restaurants? Can you tell us more? Because it's such a big market, and I know Italian food is popular here. There are many Italians in New York, Chicago, bigger cities. So I'm curious how your experience has been here.
Okay, I wish to yes, we among our customers there are mostly import exports. So we do not make we don't do business directly with distributors. So our contacts are not direct with Moscow, for example. That wouldn't be possible. But for us, because we are a small company, but I hope in the future, why not, to get in contact with them. So at the moment, our strategy is to get in touch with import-export wholesalers that can be a match, can help us match with bigger retailers, for example.
And what were the main challenge you faced in the US? So, what were the main problems that you faced?
Actually, we don't have problems because the country is very extended, is big, so there are opportunities of business for everybody. So
yeah, it is a big market, that's true.
A big market, so yes.
But Adriana, so we have almost over 1,000 students from the United States only in this competition. So hopefully they will bring you many business leads, and by the end of the year you will have many distributors in the United States. So we'll see how things go. But I do encourage the students to talk maybe to the local store chains, maybe inquire if they might be interested. You never know, they might be. Yes.
Yeah.
Stefano, I think we are almost out of time, right?
Yeah.
Yes. At the moment, currently we have some clients in New Jersey and New York, and now we got in touch with import-export based in Chicago. So finger crossed, and and maybe in the next few weeks or months, also people from Chicago can buy our Taralli there.
Okay, so thank you, Adriana. I can also answer the last question. So is geographic distance not such a problem for you? I guess no, otherwise you wouldn't go so far. So we are happy to see that even if you are still not a large company, a small, medium enterprise, let's say, you are not afraid of the international business challenges. So distance, differences, diversity, you are just facing them and finding a solution. So good luck. Sorry, I have to close the webinar. Thank you, Vas.
Thank you, everyone,
for showing up.
Thank you, Adriana.
I will move to the next room. And
Stefano, I sent you an email with questions for the next company that we also have. You will have many questions and students as their own, but I sent you some as well.
Okay, thank you. I will ask the question as well. Okay, thank you, Vas. See you soon.
Thank you for this chance. Goodbye.
Bye.